You're live.
I'm live! You did it! You fixed it! I do need a partner. More than just for accountability.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you,
friend.
Jeff.
I'll call somebody.
Oh my gosh, that took forever. Okay, hi, my name is Gina. I had a lot of computer problems today, but my husband got my internet up and running again. Yay! I am here to lead an Atomic Habits weight loss book club. And we are on chapter 17 that talks about having a good accountability partner and how that can help you, especially when you're trying to get rid of bad habits as well as build new good habits. So anyway, I'm so glad to have you guys all here. I had a few more people that were on. I usually go live 1 o'clock Pacific time on Sundays, which is 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern, and 9 o'clock to my friends in the UK. And oh, good. And it looks like some of my friends came back because we've been chatting in the chat box. And I've been having people share their wins this week. So if you have had any wins of any kind, please share in the chat and share any thoughts you've had about chapter 17 and accountability partners, as well as habit contracts, which was something they talked about as well. So anyway, be putting those in and I will be reading your live chats, and I am live right this moment. Yay. And it looks like 10 people have found me so far. So yay, now that I'm back and truly am live and it's finally working. Technology, what can you say? Oh my goodness. And thank you so much, Jeff. For my husband is a wonderful accountability partner as well as my technology support. So thank you so much, Jeff, for fixing my computer. Hey, I got Barb in the house. Hi, Barb. Glad to have Barb back. Okay, so last week we talked about how to record your habits, your good habits, and how to make your good habits more attractive. And this week, we're going to do the opposite and how to make your bad habits less attractive and fun. Now, for the good, attractive, and fun, I said last week that I usually write down the foods that I eat, and I have 6 different goals that I try to hit every day. See, do I have I kept going back and forth to the other room. Here it is. And so I usually write, I have 6 goals every day that I try to reach. And when I reach those goals, I highlight them, and then I forgot to give myself a star, and I usually give myself a star when I've hit all 6. One of them is I try to eat at least 4 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. That's one goal. I try to drink, at least 70 ounces, but I'm shooting for 100, but anywhere from 70 to 100 ounces of water every day. And if I go a little over 100, that's even better. I try to exercise every day. I try to hit my calorie range between 1,000 calories and 1,700 calories every day. And if I hit that, then I highlight that in orange. I try to hit 70 to 100 grams of protein every day. And my last goal is I try to hit at least 25 grams of fiber each day. And when I've hit all 6 of my goals, I give myself an orange star. And that's been kind of fun. But where I bumped it this week because of last week's chapter is when I did this, if the next day I maybe I just did breakfast and lunch, but I didn't put my dinner or whatever, and I didn't finish it. Maybe I had a busy morning and I didn't start writing in my tracker, and maybe I missed the day. And it was always like, oh, well. And then the next day that I hit all 6 goals, I'd give myself a star and call that good. But James Clear, he said that it's good to have a calendar that you mark on your calendar all the days that you hit whatever goal you're trying to do. If you're trying to do one goal, then you X off that calendar the day that you did your one goal. If you have 2 or 3 goals, and maybe you have 2 or 3 goals that you have to hit, and then you can mark it off however you want to do that. But if you can see the whole month and look at it, you can see, are you really consistent? So what I have done is I found this little calendar, and I've given myself a gold star for every day that I have done all 6 of my goals. And one of the things that James Clear said is you never want to miss more than one day in a row. If you miss one day, that's okay. Life happens, whatever, that's fine. But if you miss 2 days in a row, you're starting a new habit. It would just be a bad habit. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to miss more than one day ever in a row. And this last week, my win for the week is out of the past 7 days, I got 6 stars, which is great because really I started it this week. I was able to go through my notebook and see how many days that I had done it before in July. And I had a pretty good July, but there was, I had 2 days in a row, here where I didn't meet all 6 goals. But I'm trying to go from here on out to not have 2 days in a row again, and to get absolutely as many stars as I can. And this is positive reinforcement for doing my goals, meeting my good habits. Well, this week we're talking about bad habits. And James Clear, he mentions that if you can do something to make your bad habit not feel good and not feel good immediately, it'll help you stop your bad habits. And one way to really make that work is to do a habit contract with an accountability partner. Now, I haven't tried this yet because I just read this chapter, and Jeff has read it too, and we're trying to think of some things that we could do and have each other as accountability partners. He mentions a gentleman in chapter 17 who really, really, really wanted to weigh less than 200 pounds, and that was his goal. And he knew that if he doesn't do something really hard, and I mean hard, where if he doesn't, sorry, I'm dropping things. If he doesn't meet his goals, that there'd be a pain factor to it, something to make him go, oh man. So he wasn't doing it for the rewards and the star stickers. He wanted to do the opposite to be sure that he met his goals. And he divided his goals into 3 quarters of time. And each quarter of time, he had something specific that he needed to do. And he had 2 accountability partners. He had a personal trainer and his wife. And so for the first quarter, I think it was he needed to write down all the food that he ate. And every day, keep track of his food in a food tracker. And if he didn't keep track of food in his food tracker, he had to give his personal trainer like $200. And that personal trainer could do whatever that personal trainer wanted with his $200. And so he wrote up a contract and had his personal trainer sign it and his wife sign it. Because, his wife's going to be missing $200 as well out of the family account if he's not writing his stuff down. And by doing that, that is painful. It's painful to lose money. And it's embarrassing to tell his wife that he had to give his personal trainer $200, and embarrassing for him to face his personal trainer and go, uh-oh, I didn't write my food down. So that really worked for him, and he lost some weight, and it really made him do his tracker. Then the next quarter, he made it a little bit harder. And I can't remember what exactly did he do. Second quarter, he added a couple of things to it to make it even harder. And again, he had consequences. And I think the second month, if he didn't do one of his goal things, he had to pay his wife too. And his wife could take that money and buy whatever she wanted to with it if he didn't do what he was supposed to do. And so he and his personal trainer and his wife and himself, all three of them signed his habit contract. And then the third quarter, he upped the ante a little bit more and made it even a little bit harder and had a little bit more, a few more goals to add to that. And again, he would have to pay his personal trainer or his wife. Oh, and he also had to do things like he had to dress up in like a suit and tie when he went to work. And he hates wearing ties and having to dress up because that makes him uncomfortable. And the third quarter, not only would he have to wear a suit and tie to work, if he didn't finish his goals, his health goals, he also had to wear a hat of a sports team that he didn't like, that was a rival sports team. And that would really embarrass him at work and stuff too, to have to wear that hat. And it worked for him. After all 3 quarters of time, he lost the weight and he got below 200 pounds, the way that he wanted. And he hit all of his goals, because the pain of not hitting his goals, his immediate pain and suffering for not hitting it, was worse than exercising and writing his food down and hitting his protein goals and that kind of thing. So anyway, I found that to be really interesting. I actually am motivated by gold stickers. I am one of those people that I really appreciate positive reinforcement. To see my shiny gold stickers really works for me. But Jeff was mentioning when we were listening to the chapter, because we listened to it on Audible as well. After we've listened to it on Audible, then I read it and highlight my pages. And Jeff was trying to think of some things that he might do. He might actually do a contract. And hey, Jeff, I was just talking about you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What do you got there?
It's a massage gun.
Ooh, I love the massage gun.
She does.
Do you like giving me massages, Jeff?
I love you.
Yeah.
And I love doing things for you.
Yes.
But there's nothing more boring than sitting there around on your back.
Oh, and I love it. I love this thing. Yes.
Anyway, so what I am going to do, I think, and I may have to mess with this a little bit to get it just right, but I have 6 things that I'm counting as my goals every day.
Okay.
And maybe for every one that I don't hit in that day, then I owe you 5 minutes of doing your back.
Oh.
The only thing I was thinking about, I don't want you to trip me up, so I have to give you
Oh, like on purpose?
Yeah.
Be like, oh, let's not go swimming this morning, dear. Let's sleep in or whatever. And try to be a bad fairy instead of a good fairy. No, I would be a good accountability partner.
Yeah.
Because I know you'll live longer if you lose weight and get more fit.
Yeah.
So no, I promise I'll be a good accountability partner.
Was that what you were going to mention about me when you were talking about me?
Well, that we weren't sure what you were going to do yet. But we were trying to think of that. Maybe we could do a contract too.
I'm not going to give you $200.
To just spend however I like. I know we don't have a lot of extra spending money, especially now that you're retired.
I was thinking about that with that guy, with James Clear and his personal trainer.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's paying gee, he'll pay me if I mess him up. That sounds bad. But you know what? If you're a good accountability partner, and we are, you know, I'm not messing you up, and I want you to
No.
live longer and be healthier, and you want the same for me. And I probably will still just give you a massage
So
sometimes
5 minutes for
when you want it from me. But
okay, but 5 minutes for each.
maybe we'll count it as 5 minutes of extra massage. You know.
There you go. Well, he doesn't do it for me very often.
Well, that's
Only
the
when I
extra.
really, sometimes my shoulders get really tight, especially when I do water aerobics. I've been trying to push as hard as I can. And I use like a pool noodle and stuff. I do have a video about it, my top 10 favorite water aerobic exercises, because I used to teach classes at the Y. But anyway, sometimes my shoulders get tight, my back gets a little tight at the top, and then I ask him to please can you just give me like 5 minutes, and he'll actually set his watch for 5 minutes because he hates doing it, and so that way he can watch the countdown clock of when he gets to stop. But yeah, now I have 6 goals for each day that I'm giving myself a gold sticker. If I didn't reach my 6 goals, what's something you'd want me to do for you?
I don't know. That I don't have to give you. I don't know.
No, what's something that you'd want?
Not $200 either.
No, I don't have $200.
Yeah.
I wish I did, but I don't.
I'm not sure yet.
Well, think of something that you'd really like, that you think would be really, really nice for me to do for you.
I know you already do nice stuff for me.
Oh, you were so sweet. We'll think of something.
We'll think of something.
Maybe my pain could be like if I don't get my 6 goals done, then the following day I can't watch TV. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do in the evening. In the evening, I like to watch, some fun shows or whatever. So I get no TV the next day.
Because we also were talking about with TV shows that we want to watch.
Punishing you though, because then you wouldn't watch TV.
The hula hoop thing.
Right, to exercise while we're watching TV.
It'd be kind of fun if we get in that habit, I think.
That's true.
Good for our core.
But what would I do the following day if I didn't get my 6 goals done? That would be something more painful.
We'll think of it for.
I don't know.
We'll get it figured out next time.
We'll think of something. I'll think of something.
Okay.
I'll think of something. Maybe I have to try to do a push-up on the ground because it's hard for me to get up when I get on the ground. So you might have to help me up.
You could do push-ups for me.
I could do push-ups for you. Yeah, but if there's something I could do for you, we'll think about that.
Figure it out.
Yeah. I don't know. I clean the tub or something. I don't know.
Or maybe there are some special dishes that I like that are good for you and that are epicure that you could make those.
Yeah, but I do that anyway.
Not all the time.
Well,
maybe
not all the
we find
time.
what my favorite ones are and you do those. I don't know.
We'll have to come up with something. If anyone has any ideas, go ahead and write it in the comments. We might use one of those in our behavior contracts. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to figure something out. But
maybe some sort of game that we like to play or something like that I like, but you don't like, or vice,
I know what it would be.
What?
That I would watch the full 30 minutes of Jeopardy with you.
Yeah, but that would be fun.
Oh no, I hate watching Jeopardy with you. I love him, but to me it's like the most boring thing, and you really love it. That would be maybe that's it. Okay. That I have to watch all 30 minutes of because I'll sit with him and I'll let him while he watches it. I'm playing with my phone during Jeopardy because it's like, well, it makes him happy, but I'm not really paying attention.
By the way, I wanted to make a note about the keeping track of, like you do with your stars there.
Yeah.
Last week I mentioned about how I like using the app Microsoft To Do, because when you do the things that are on your list and you click it, it gives you a little ding to let you know that you were successful. Mm-hmm. But I noticed when I started doing that it was fun in the moment. Mm-hmm. But then if I wanted to go back and look over the month or a couple of days of how successful I was, those kind of go away each day. and then and I thought, that is actually a nice thing to have the stars on there to go back and be able to see these are how many days that I was successful. So I'm going to work out something where I do have a list that I can mark off, and probably still in Microsoft To Do, where I click it and it ding like that to make me feel good. But then when I get my dings,
Yes.
and I get to, I'll find that one notebook I was going to use. I think I'll have it each day be a different day. Put the little star on there, or some sort of other code on there, so I can see that I've been successful and be able to look back and.
It really helps. It lets you
Yeah.
know, am I consistent? Not
That's
just
true.
because when I was doing it before, I was just looking at the one day.
The one day.
Right. The one day, and I wasn't really looking. Was I good yesterday or whatever?
So,
and if I had a half a day done, it was a half a day or whatever. But
so anyway,
this way,
what I was going to
you
say
can
was,
really tell, are you
Gina,
being consistent?
You're going to find something that works good for you, that can give you the positive vibes for you keeping to your good habit. And ideally, it'll be something that will do something that makes you feel good when you're marking it off your list. But also, I really do like the ability to see the whole month overview like you have there. So
Right.
I might be doing that too.
Okay. And
if you don't like what you got going on, mix it up a little bit. Find something that works for you. That's just like I think I'm going to have to do, because when all the dings were dinged, and then I went back, they're gone. Like, that didn't feel very good. Okay. Anyway, that's all I got.
All right. Well, I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Okay. Well, I want to and I also want to talk about accountability partners. That if you do not live with someone that's your accountability partner, or a best friend from work, or best friend you used to go to high school with, or whatever, do you have a best friend that could be your accountability partner? But if you don't have someone right now that you want to ask, I can be your accountability partner. Which look and see if Lucy's still on here. 2 weeks ago, Lucy said she wanted to go to the gym. She'd been paying for a gym membership, but she hadn't been using it. And so I challenged her to go to the gym. She wouldn't even have to work out, but just walk around, see what kind of things they have. Check out the locker rooms, because they also had a swimming pool. Are you going to go in your swimsuit with a swimsuit cover up and then swim and then go home with your cover up on and a towel? Or are you going to use their lockers to change your clothes? Or are you going to put your stuff in a bag and put your clothes and your towel in a bag and set that on a chair next to the pool when you're doing the water exercises or whatever? Go and just walk through the door and look around. And well, the following week, she let us know she did it. She went to the gym and she actually did some of the machines while she was there. And she was so proud of herself. And we were so proud of her too. And this week she said, I'm sorry, last Sunday, she said this week she wanted to challenge herself to go to the gym twice. And so I'm asking you now, Lucy, if you're still on. She was on while I was having horrible internet problems, and I couldn't get the live to go. I could work the chat, but I couldn't get the live to spin and the to go on. But anyway, it's on now and working good. And we'll see if Lucy is still in the house and if she made it to the gym twice this week, because we are her accountability partners for that. We can be all of your accountability partners. Oh no, Lucy says, I went again this week, yay, and did a whole hour. And she went with her colleagues, because I told her about that too. It's always easier to go if you bring a friend. And she talked about she had some friends from work that go to the same gym, but she only went once, but she did half of it. Okay, she did half. So that's a good start. That's okay, Lucy. You at least did half. Because remember, before you weren't going at all. You were paying for that membership and you weren't going. So you went with friends. So that's good. Let us know in the comments, what are you going to do this next week? And we'll hold your feet to the fire again and see if you can make it. We'll be your accountability partners. We can all do that for each other. And if you're watching this on replay, that's okay. You can put in the comments on each video when you watch on replay, what you want to do for that week, and then let us know the following week, did you hit it? And that would be one of your wins if you were able to make it. And you can even maybe have a little contract with yourself. Like Lucy could say, okay, I'm going to mark on my calendar. If I made it 2 times, she could give herself a star each time. And if she gets her 2 stars, she could either A, do something special for herself, like have a bubble bath or something, or B, she could do something that she's not wanting to do, like clean a closet. Ooh, that could be something. I still haven't cleaned this anchor room. Maybe that's something I could put in my contract with Jeff, that I would clean the anchor room. If I if I didn't get my 6 goals done. I don't know. I still got to work that out. But we can be accountability partners to each other. And I will tell you, I also go live on Mondays. I have type 2 diabetes, and I give myself a Manjaro shot live on air. And I also share any weight loss or weight gain, and any side effects that I might have from the medication. And I will tell you what, you guys are all wonderful accountability partners, because I have to share that. And if I've gained weight, I'm going to tell you that I've gained weight. And that's happened a couple of times. And sometimes I maintain weight, and maintaining is better than gaining. So we still count that as a win. And if I gained weight, I tell it. And I don't want to say that I've gained weight. And so it really has helped me to try extra hard all week long. I'm trying so hard because I want to be able to say on Mondays that, yay, I lost a pound or whatever. And it's exciting to be able to say that. And I know you'll be able to see over the weeks me starting to get smaller. And so anyway, you guys are great accountability partners. Also, this Sunday group, you guys all with the Atomic Habits Book Club, you're my accountability partners, that I read the chapters, and that I really read a chapter every week to get through this book, and that I find different things that I'm going to do to make a difference. One of the things that they had talked about is on a previous chapter is having a motivational ritual. We hadn't thought about that. And but when we read the chapter and I had to explain the chapter to you all, Jeff started a motivation ritual, and he sets his alarm on his Fitbit watch, and it wakes us up for sure by 7:30 every morning to make sure we go swimming in the morning. And so setting that alarm has been a motivation ritual. And you know what? We swim almost every single morning, unless we have like a doctor's appointment or something. And when that's the case, then we try to swim in the evening or do a different exercise. But I have been doing really good with my exercise. I've exercised every day for a couple of weeks now in a row, not missing anything. But it really helps with that motivation ritual, because when the alarm goes off at 7:30, sometimes I'm tired and I don't feel like getting out of bed. But by golly, I'm going to get out of bed because I know Jeff is going to go with me, and we are accountability partners. Always helps if you can have an accountability partner. But we can be accountability partners for each other. So I just want to thank my Anchor Moments community, because I consider you all my accountability partners too. And next week, I want to show you that I have a bunch of gold stickers. And if I miss a day, I'll have to let you know what I did for Jeff. I don't know what yet, but we'll come up with something. All right, let's see what you're all thinking about this week's chapters. Let's see here. A lot of stuff in the beginning was about me trying to get my computer to work, but letting you guys know that I wasn't going to ditch you. I'm trying. Logan is asked how I check my glucose. I wear a Freestyle Libre 3 glucose sensor. And the way I check, the Libre 3 talks to my phone. And I have an app on my phone that says Libre 3. And when I open up my app, the app talks to my monitor. So like right now, my blood sugar is 117, which is really good. And it even shows me what my blood sugar has been the last 8 hours. And then it has a lot of different ways that you can check patterns. There's my patterns for like the last 7 days. And you go 14 days, 30 days, and then 90 days, which is pretty neat. It's wonderful. It is. I highly recommend, if anyone has type 2 diabetes, getting a glucose monitor. Either the Freestyle Libre or the Dexcom ones are really good. Expensive. Insurance usually doesn't cover Dexcom unless you have type 1 diabetes. But if you have type 2, a lot of times your insurance will cover part of the cost. Mine doesn't cover all the cost. I still pay $68 a month for it, but it covers a lot of it. So anyway, that is to answer Logan's question about how I check my blood sugar. And Lucy says hi. And Gina, how do you check your glucose with your phone? All I have to do is click my app and my app talks to it. Oh, and when I had a Libre 1 and a Libre 2, I would just take my phone and tap it to my tap it like that to my monitor, and then it would give me what the last 8 hours of my blood sugar is and what my current blood sugar is. And that's it, just tapping it, and then it would show when I clicked on my Libre 2 or my Libre 1 app. But the Libre 3, it's continuously talking. I don't even have to tap the phone to my arm. I just have to open the app and it'll tell me what my sugar is. Okay. And Laverne's in the house, and Laverne says, hi, Gina, I didn't lose any weight this week, but I didn't gain, so that's a win for me. Yes, that is. And I tell you, I can gain weight like that, and I can gain a lot of weight in a week. The most weight I've gained in a week on vacation was 11 pounds. Well, I think it was 8 days, 11 pounds. And I've never lost 11 pounds in a week ever. Not even, 5 pounds would be like amazing. And that doesn't happen to me either, but I can gain 5 pounds on a week on vacation almost every year. So if you've maintained this week, that is also a win. I will count that as a win for sure, Laverne. And Lucy says, I've now lost 52 pounds since February. Woo woo! That is amazing. And she's starting to notice the difference. Well, yeah, that is so great, Lucy. I am so proud of you. And Lisa says, hi from Michigan. Hi, Lisa. And then Anchor Moments RV saying he's trying to fix my computer, but now it's finally working. Yay! And let's see. And then it's a bunch of me letting you guys know I haven't forgot about you. I'm trying to come back on live. Oh, and then Jeff says, my win, getting your laptop back on the internet. And he did. So that is great. Thanks, Jeff. And Barb says, Barb is health at any cost. She says, I'm here. And Lisa's going to share her win. Lisa says, my big win was I titrated up to 1.0 Wegovy and doing well, down 25 pounds. Wow, that's awesome, Lisa. And she says, first time I felt not invisible in a long time. People are starting to compliment me. Looking good. Oh, that's great, Lisa. Congratulations. That's awesome. And Barb says, how wonderful, Lisa. And Lucy says, Gina, your tech issues are a great example, of how perseverance can overcome adversity. Oh my gosh, that is so true. And hey, Taz the Bulldogs mom's in the house. Woo woo. And she says, I just love you too. Aw, thanks. Taz's mom, we love you too, Cindy. And Barb says, one of my favorite inspiring content creator procrastinates about getting videos out. So his accountability is he paid his editor 6 months in advance. And if he did not do a video, the editor got the money anyway. Wow. Yes. That is the kind of accountability and an accountability contract, habit contract, that chapter 17 in Atomic Habits is about. Oh my gosh. But I bet he started, doing more content because you don't want to pay someone to work for you if you don't have any work for him to do. Wow, that is awesome. And and then Barb says his name is Truthless. And he said that worked perfectly for him. I bet it did. And Lucy said, I went again this week and did a whole hour with my colleagues, but I only went once. Yep, that's what we talked about earlier. And she couldn't walk afterwards. Oh, darn it. But you still went once, Lucy. And you'd gone a long time without going at all. And you still got in the gym and you brought friends with you. That is awesome. And I'm going to look here and see if you've given us what your goal is for this week, and we'll hold you accountable next week. Let's see. Taz's mom, Cindy, says, that's awesome. My honey and I are competitive, so we try to outdo each other, though he's in great shape. Hey, but that's really cool. It's so helpful when you have someone that you can exercise with and you can that you can have as an accountability partner. That's great. And Taz's mom says, that's awesome. Keep it up, Lucy. And Lucy says, I cleaned a closet today too and found lots of clothes to donate and sell. That's awesome. And Lucy says, okay, I will go twice this week. I absolutely will. I'm going to ask you next Sunday, Lucy. And I'm going to be so excited when you tell me that you have. Let's see. And Lucy says, we have a public holiday in the UK tomorrow, so no excuses. I'm going to the gym. I'm combining my trip to the gym with a trip to a shop that sells this amazing tea that tastes like toast with jam. Yum. So that will be my reward. Awesome. And so you're habit stacking too, and doing something that you want to do and then adding another habit with that. That's great, Lucy. Okay. That's all we have down now. Does anybody else have something to share? Either a win from this week, or if you want to be held accountable for a goal, let us know what that goal is, and we'll ask you about it next week. Does anybody else have a goal that they would like the Anchor Moments community to be your accountability partner with? Looking to see if anything's written out there. Well, I want to thank you all for coming today. Be thinking about a contract. And you know what? You can even do a contract with yourself. And write down what your goals are, and write down what you're going to do that'll be satisfying and fun for you. And if there's something that is not fun, but that you could do immediately, that'll make you go, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to do da 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 da. Then put that in there and do something like that for yourself to hold yourself more accountable while you're on this healthy lifestyle journey. Laverne says, I went for a walk at 7:30 this morning. Also walked back from church. That's awesome, Laverne. That's a great win. That's some good exercise. Yay. And very cool. Jeff and I, we're Catholic, and we go to mass on Sunday evenings. I love the teen mass because I'm just a big kid at heart, and I love the music that's at the teen mass. So we'll be going to that in just a little bit here. And Barb says, what time are you on tomorrow? Oh, okay, Barb. So on Mondays, when I do my Manjaro Monday lives, I go live at 6:00 Pacific time, which is 8:00 Central, 9:00 Eastern. Sorry, Lucy, it's 2 a.m. in the UK. But if you wake up in the middle of the night and you have insomnia, you can turn me on and listen. But tomorrow at 6:00, and I'll be sharing any weight loss that I've had or gains when I give myself my shot when I give myself my shot tomorrow. And Logan, you can let your family know and your friends if they have any type 2 diabetes questions. They can ask me on my Sunday lives as well as on my Manjaro Monday lives. And I will answer any question that they have, including if they have a specific question about using a Freestyle Libre or about diabetes medication, or I don't know, there's a lot of different things. But last Monday, I was able to share a huge win. I had my liver checked. I had my liver checked a year ago to be part of a fatty liver study. And I was excited to be part of this fatty liver study as a possibility, because it was a way to not only earn money, but maybe to make a difference in the medical community. And so I went to a liver institute that was 10 minutes from my house, and they gave me a free liver scan a year ago. And a doctor talked to me after he looked at the scan, and he said, "You have stage 1 fatty liver disease." But then he told me the good news, and the good news about your liver is you can reverse it. A liver is an amazing organ. It can get worse and worse, because stage 4 liver disease is terrible, terrible, and can actually kill you. But it is possible. I'm not sure if you hit the stage 4, but at stage 3, 2, and 1, that you can reverse it. And they said they were looking for people that had more than a stage 1 fatty liver. So he said, "I'm going to let you go, but if you'll make an appointment a year from now with our office, we'll reach out to you and you can be scanned again. And if you exercise and eat well, you might be able to reserve it. You might be able to reverse it and be back to being a 0 and having a clean, beautiful liver, and because it can regenerate as long as you do a lot of healthy habits. And but also a year from now, maybe you'll have stage 2 or stage 3 liver disease. We'll be able to check that and see where you're at." So I was like, okay. Well, when I went back last week, my liver's clean. I went from a stage 1 fatty liver disease, and they called it cirrhosis of the liver, and I don't even drink. Well, I mean, I don't like never drink alcohol, but I don't know, 3 or 4 times a year, usually when I'm with my parents. And on vacation, I'll have a couple of drinks, but I'm not a big alcohol drinker. But I had stage 1 fatty liver, which was cirrhosis of the liver of stage 1. And when they did my thing, my liver was clean and beautiful. So that's my big win, is that I cured my fatty liver disease. And the doctor asked me, "What did you do differently?" And I told him that I was on Manjaro for 7 months, and I was down 27 pounds, and I've been exercising daily. And he said, "It made the difference for you, because your liver now is wonderful." And they might use me sometime for a liver study, but I get to be the person with a healthy liver and doing whatever compared to someone with a fatty liver. And so anyway, I thought that was pretty exciting. So that's my big win for the week. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. Next week, we'll be reading chapter 18. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Bye-bye.